What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new video where we will talk about the fact that Manchester City could get relegated from the Premier League. A Premier League commission has warned Manchester City and Chelsea in the briefing where they basically explained why Nottingham Forest and Everton got points deductions for breaching the profit and sustainability rules, and they warned Manchester City that they could get relegated and seriously punished. And in this video we will take a detailed look at why the secrecy around Manchester City's financial fair play craze is so damaging for the integrity of football, for the integrity of the Premier League, for the brand of the Premier League, that we don't even know when the hearing will take place, where the Manchester City case will be heard by a three-man independent panel, and we don't even know who the three people will be who will judge Manchester City's case. Do you find that very weird? Don't you find that very concerning? Because this case could have absolutely monumental, seismic, huge repercussions for the English Premier League, for the whole European football. And on January the 16th, the Premier League Chief Executive Richard Masters faced a British parliamentary committee and addressed arguably the biggest disciplinary case involving in recent history of the English game, the most successful club, Manchester City. 115 charges against Man City, which date back to 2009, and they cover 14 seasons. Guess what? In 2009, apart from the third choice goalkeeper of Man City, Scott Carson, nobody in the Manchester City current squad was even a professional footballer. Just wrap your head around it, how long this case goes back to. It's absolutely mind-blowing that Man City still hasn't been punished for breaching profit and sustainability and financial fair play rules. 115 times they are charged with. Surely they have broken multiple rules multiple times, and they still haven't been punished for 14 seasons. And if this case is proven, Manchester City could see the club stripped of titles. They could see them relegated to the Championship or even to League One, League Two or non-league football. They could get fined. They could get sued into oblivion by multiple of their rivals. And their reputation could be absolutely destroyed. Today, Liverpool play Brighton. So let me know your score prediction in the comments below. And of course, leave a like on this video if you enjoy these and subscribe for more, and please help me support this channel, support my work further. You can donate on Patreon, you can subscribe to any tier on Patreon. It costs only a few dollars and you get additional content, additional benefit. It's like buying me a cup of coffee, and it lets me continue making these videos. So thank you so much for your awesome support. And also, what kind of result do you want in the Man City Arsenal game? Leave your thoughts down below. I want anything but a Man City win, because I can feel Man City are the only team capable of winning all of their remaining 10 games. So I want either an Arsenal win or a draw, because Arsenal also have the hardest fixtures and they will definitely drop points. I don't see Man City dropping many points after this Man City Arsenal fixture. And Richard Masters said there is a date set for that proceeding, but unfortunately I can't tell you when that date is, but that is progressing. And think about this for a minute. Manchester City are facing a decision by a three-person independent panel that could have absolutely huge, seismic repercussions for English football and for the European football as well. And the English public and the whole world who are paying for the Premier League with buying tickets, buying merchandise, paying TV subscriptions and all kinds of other money that is paid by the fans for the Premier League to become this absolutely brilliant brand. The public doesn't even have the right to know when the public hearing or the private hearing is, when this whole trial is going to take place. And we also don't know who will sit on this panel that will judge Manchester City's case. We only get to find that out after the hearing, and I find this absolutely shocking and baffling, and also very wrong. And what I also find absolutely shocking and absolutely baffling, and Gab Marcotti, who is I very hugely admire, he's a great pundit and a journalist working for the ESPN. He actually highlighted this, that the Premier League announced in March 2019, so 5 years ago, that they are investigating Manchester City, and the Premier League and Manchester City went years without telling anyone what was really going on with the investigation. I have been making videos about this case for years because we didn't know what was going on with the investigation. Man City, of course, they don't have to say anything, but if they had this like huge mounting evidence of their innocence, why they come forward? Why don't they come forward and just show that mountain of evidence that they are innocent? They try to delay this investigation, and they try to hinder this investigation as much as possible. Is that a club who is innocent? Does a club like that seem innocent to you guys? Of course, it has to be proven in a court of law, but I still find this absolutely shocking and staggering that basically we don't know anything about the investigation for 4 years or 4.5 years, and then the Premier League announces that they are charging Manchester City with 115 breaches of financial fair play rules, and then again we hear nothing about the case. The season is going on, Man City are winning trophy after trophy, title after title, season after season, especially since Pep Guardiola took over. But even before Pep Guardiola, Man City won a lot of trophies in English football, and they can just get away with it without actually getting punished. Does this seem anything but absurd to you and obscene to you? Shouldn't justice be, served swiftly and not just fairly? Probably Richard Masters is not giving a date for this trial or this hearing because he's threatened by lawyers and legislation. They have created a situation where nobody involved, not even the Premier League, not even Man City, can say anything about the case, when it might be heard, or even by whom. All for what? For fear of them finding another lawyer who can convince a judge that by speaking out they might somehow prejudice the case. And we ended up in whatever the independent commission equivalent of a mistrial is. Or worse, we get real judges and courts involved. And remember, this panel is not a real, they are not real judges. This is not a court of law. So they can have any kind of decision, really. What prevents Man City from bribing some of these judges or people who are hearing the case? What prevents Man City from bribing their family members or their friends and siphoning money into their pockets indirectly that way? And I think some lawyer probably made a case that all of this needs to be buried so deep on the ground that the public can't even be in the hearing, and the public can't hear about when the hearing is actually taking place. This is an accounting and reporting dispute involving a Premier League that will be soon subject to an independent regulator, and the club that also happens to be a member of that league and is subject to its rules, but exist as entertainment business and social entities because of the passion and money of tens of millions of fans. So why is the hearing behind closed doors when the fans actually and the public actually pay for all of this? Why the mystery over when the hearing is taking place? Why is the panel anonymous? Do they seriously think someone will tamper with them like in some 1970s mob film? Probably the panel is anonymous, so Man City don't know who the people are on it, so I can understand that part, so they can't be bribed. But Man City have so many connections and so much money, so if they really want to, they probably can find out who the panel consists of. And we don't know a lot because nobody can talk about it because of all these legal issues. Pep Guardiola, who is the most successful manager of Man City and probably one of the most successful managers in English football after Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger, he can ask his employers directly, and he said before that he will ask them. They explained the case to him. Pep Guardiola believed them. But what if they are lying to you, Pep? Don't you think about that? And he said, if my owners, if my Man City owners lie to me, I mean, they are not Guardiola's owners, sorry about that, but if the Man City owners lie to Guardiola, he said, if they lie to me, the day after I'm not here, I will be out and I will not be your friend anymore. Guardiola said in another interview that if Man City are guilty and they are getting relegated, he will stay with them and be the manager in the lower leagues until they get promoted back to the Premier League. So which one is it? Make your mind up, because you can't have it both ways. All of this shows a lack of faith in our institutions, in English football. It just fosters endless conspiracy theories and all kinds of theories going on among different fan bases. Of course, some fans are saying that Man City are cheats, and I'm in that camp. Their success is tainted. I'm in that camp, and the Premier League is weak and spineless because it lets them get away with it for so long. I'm fully in that camp, but Marcotti also argues that there are fans on the other end who are saying Man City are victims of a witch hunt engineered by England's traditional legacy clubs, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, who forced their puppets at the Premier League to make a spurious case against them. But I mean, if anybody has a brain and knows how these things work, how you can have as much influence as you want when you have unlimited amounts of money. These people are used to getting their way, no matter which business, no matter which industry they are in. So they arrived in football, the Man City owners, and they thought, you know what, let's just spend our way to the top and get away with it, because that's what we did in all of our other endeavors. And when anybody sues us, we will just hire 50 of the best, most expensive lawyers, and we sue them back into oblivion. That's what literally the Man City owners said. We will sue UEFA into bankruptcy. Is that a guy who seems innocent to you guys? I'm just saying, just think about it for a minute. Of course, there are other people who are in the middle who would like the rules explained to them in a way that they understand, and they would like to know what evidence there is that Man City broke them, and also they want to hear Man City's argument against it. The bottom line is the fans should know what the case is about exactly, when the hearing is. The hearing actually should be live streamed, so it can't be tampered with, and they should know when the hearing is taking place, who the panel members are, what their credentials are, and also how the case will be judged, when the case will be judged, and they should definitely be more open about that. But no, we are not afforded that luxury, and it will be harder to accept the verdict that way, because it's all clouded in secrecy. It's all done on the ground. It's all done away from the public eye, away from public scrutiny. And in private, people tend to get away with a lot of things that they can't get away with in public. So that's why I don't like this all hush-hush, shady, underground, away from the public eye hearing that Man City is getting, because they can tamper with the hearing in that case. If it's all played out in public, then you can't really do that. That's just my opinion. So yeah, let me know, what do you think about this case, and what do you think about the things that I made the points about, that this case is done in private, behind closed doors, with a panel that is anonymous, and also we don't even know when the case is going to be heard. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below, and come on Liverpool, let's beat Brighton and let's keep our title charge on track. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed this, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.